What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Cryptid Saturday, and in today's Cryptids video, we are going over the Cryptids of Kentucky, or at least some of them that I found in kind of an interesting article. Honestly, I was kind of surprised that I didn't find more. I know Kentucky is kind of like heavy into like the outdoorsmen and the woodney stuff, and I personally lived there, and I know that it had a really big cryptid community, but I surprisingly couldn't find more of a list. But there is actually a book, and I think that's why whenever I'm doing these things, I kind of realize if there's a book, then there's not like a lot of just one, two, three, and four lists kind of things. So I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and hop into this article. That being said, before we do that, though, guys, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you never miss another video from me, as well as drop comments down below with any cryptids you'd like for me to come up with next. And if you guys live in Kentucky, please let me know if you've heard of any of these cryptids. That being said, guys, let's go ahead and hop into this article. Like I always like to say, guys, I don't actually own the rights to these articles. I simply use them to pass along information. This particular one comes from BC Plun Discovery, bcplundiscovered.org. If you guys would like, please go over there and show them some love. But let's go aheed and go through this video. Kentucky-fied cryptids. Jenny the Geneva, Kentucky water monster, or Henderson County water snake. First, try to remember everything you've heard about the Loch Ness Monster or similar beasties like Champ, the Lake Champlain Monster. Now take that mental image and set it in Kentucky. That's really all there is to this one. The Geneva water monster or Henderson County water snake are something like a horse with a duck bill combined with a stretched out catfish that is then covered in dark green moss. It may or may not have been responsible for drownings. It may or may not be a big giant log. Is it a giant catfish? Even that sounds exactly like how we would describe a giant catfish if you had never seen a giant catfish before. But who knows? Yeah, I'm actually more inclined to just agree with them. There's a lot of gar in Kentucky. There are big snapping turtles, and there are large catfish. So I mean, if you put a few of those together, you see this here, that there. There's definitely a lot of water snakes in Kentucky. And it's probably just misidentification, but hey, who knows? The Spotsville Monster. The Spotsville Monster is nothing like Bigfoot, other than being a large man-shaped bipedal humanoid covered in hair. Might be having some issues with male pattern baldness. Yeah, okay. So this is a Bigfoot, guys. This we're checking off the Bigfoot counter. This is a big, like, I don't know. Also, like, what could this be? I'm just gonna say probably just like weird people out in the woods. They got bears. Maybe it's a bear. I don't know. I mean, a bear that's got mange could be it. That sounds good. Dogmen. Dogmen are nothing like Bigfoot, other than being a large man-shaped bipedal humanoid covered in hair that also has snouts that may or may not be covered in blood. It might have the ability to disappear into the underbrush like the aliens from the movie Predator. Okay, so I like to say dogmen are not like okay, so they're not Bigfoot. They are like very distinctive, but they're also like not exactly werewolves either because werewolves are kind of like they can change. These are kind of like stuck, and a lot of times it'll just be like a fully human body and just have a dog face. So I don't know. What I think this actually is probably like a carryover from when there were wolves in Kentucky, and people probably just associate that, and it's just kind of like bled down through the centuries or through just the stories and things to the local people to create this type of a myth. So the Popolic monster. The Popolic monster is nothing like Bigfoot other than being a large man-shaped bipedal humanoid covered in hair that also has goat horns and hooves. It might have mind control powers that compel individuals to dare other individuals to hang out late at night on train trestles and play chicken with passing locomotives. This largely makes it equivalent to the penguin from Billy Madison. Okay, I like whoever wrote this article. He's given some good references. Um, okay, so pop goat men are oddly enough, like supposedly they're not related to the Bigfoot family. But it's also really hard for me to like say that this is a real thing. It really does just always seem like something that parents would have like made up to scare their children. You know what I mean? Like, don't go that way, or the goat man will get you. Or this is something teenagers will have said, hey, this is like, oh, the goat man made me do it. Or I saw a goat man and then I stood on a train track. It was a dare, or my friend dared me to. You know, it's one of those things. Like, goat men are really hard to believe in because that just makes no sense. But there are a lot of goat men in mythology. So maybe at some point they were based off of some type of a real animal, but it's hard to say. Okay, so this says, but wait, there's more. Unless you live in Boone County, that is, out of the many, many books on Kentucky folklore read in preparation for this article, the weirdest thing I could find, reported to be living in Boone County, was a bald eagle large enough to try to carry off a puppy. Nearly every other country has stories of witches, hairy men, lizard people, giants, mothmen, men traveling via weird flying machines, pterodactyls, and grave robbing cannibals. Yes, grave robbing cannibal gophers. A bald eagle can carry off a puppy. I don't really get how that one's a cryptid. Like that doesn't necessarily make sense to me, but I guess we could just kind of, you know, go with the flow on that one. But I don't know. So there you have it, guys. That was some cryptids of Kentucky. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did you guys know any more about them? Would you like for me to take like a deeper dive into anything that I just saw? Please let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you've ever seen any of these types of creatures. I'd really be interested to know about that. All that being said, though, guys, please remember, hit that like, comment, subscribe, noti bell, and leave those comments down below. And I will see you guys next Saturday for Cryptid Saturdays.